Hello, you beautiful legends, and welcome to Blunt Force Healing Podcast. This is episode number 735. And today, as you can see, I am filming this from a drone, which is quite unusual. Not a very nice weather. I'd say it's an overcast since yesterday. And it cooled down. All those nice days are gone. And we are left again with gloomy weather. But as you can see, it's very calm water. It's dry, no rain. People are walking and going for swims. And we already had 2 customers on Saturday. We had a very interesting day. We didn't go anywhere in terms of any hike or anything like that. But we deployed sauna twice, morning and evening, which is quite common over the weekends. But the morning was the most exciting because, as I named the episode, Apprentice, is about Julian's involvement in drone operation. Obviously, we are both amateurs, myself including. We just got the drone on Friday, and we barely tested that with automated headless modes. But in the morning, yesterday, we took it on the beach with the sauna. And not only Julian tested a couple of modes, automatic modes himself, so he fully got trained on how to turn the drone on, how to take it off properly, what to be aware in terms of environment, because I'm doing the training for the actual pilot registration license, but the legislation is obviously for everyone, so everyone should be aware of the rules and follow the guidelines. So he took a couple of spins and footage while we were setting up the sauna, and then he went on a walk with Elizabeth, and I allowed him to take the drone with him, which he was pumped to do. And they did a couple of interesting movies along the way, or clips along the way, while the drone itself doesn't record I am recording the voice from the phone, and apologies for that cutoff, but it seems like the drone has default when it's not in move or in motion. It actually turns into eco mode after a while of sitting idle or record, even if it's recording. So it stopped, and the footage. So I need to be quick in updating you about the rest. And it seems I need to finish it with the phone. Anyway, so that's actually a good opportunity because it cut off again and switched to eco mode. This is that little fella. As you can see, it fits in the palm of your hand. It starts from the palm and lands on the palm because it has sensors down there. It's quite an amazing piece of technology because while professional drone operators, well, they would appreciate its functionality as well, but people that would probably take it for the first time, they could feel like it's very light. It's probably 135 grams, including battery, which is here. So it's a very light aircraft, and it's below legislation level where you need to have a license or be trained and be qualified for open category A1, A2, or A3, because it's like a C0 type of aircraft, but still it requires you to, like, European Union legislation requires you to register as a pilot when you're operating any unmanned aircraft within European Union states, including countries that are not part of European Union directly, but they also are within the agreement, like Norway, Iceland, I believe, Liechtenstein, and Norway or Sweden. I don't remember, but there are a couple of countries that also belong to the EU legislation unification group. So this is it. It's DJI Neo. It's a very slim, nice aircraft, and the best part is, as you can see, the button on the top. There are a couple of modes that allow you to operate it headlessly, so you don't need any app, any controller, anything like that. It will do short footage, like circle around you, or drone above you, or kind of rocket above you. Do a couple of interesting things that you can use for vlogging or anything like that. So I think the whole point of DJI creating it was to make something useful for any person not interested in learning technology more than just getting a nice footage that you can't do with your phone. And it has propeller guards. Everything is very safe and protected. So I hit it at home a couple of times against the wall, and it was fine. There's no cracks or anything like that. So yeah, lovely piece of training equipment, especially. So to get like an entry level to feel the drone and to try and maybe learn a bit more advanced techniques with a couple of features that allow him to be more than just a simple beginner drone. It can be quite versatile. It has sports mode if you attach the controller. I have the controller here, so I can just put it off. So this is the controller. It's not super expensive. It was a part of the enhanced package that I bought. It allows for operation of up to 10 kilometers, which is amazing. Obviously, the drone itself headlessly can be operated only in the vicinity of yourself. You need to set it up in the app, how far it can go and from what distance it should be operating. If you operate it from the phone, you can connect it to the phone and operate it with the phone, which I did at the beginning, and it allows to record audio from the phone microphone, but the range is very limited, so you need to be within a couple of meters from a drone. So you can use it as an external camera, a bit distance from you, and record vlogs, etc. So it's great to just be able to operate it with the phone or without anything. But then the motion controller that I showed you then extends it by far, because as you can imagine, up to 10 kilometers, obviously it would need to be a very open space without obstacles to operate 10 kilometers, because, you know, obviously the whatever connectivity it uses, it needs some line of sight, or at least to some extent, to be able for the waves to connect in between the receiver and the drone. So it's a nice piece of equipment. So far I only went about a half mile away from us, not too far. It was fighting the wind a little bit up there, but again, it's a very lightweight drone, so I'm not expecting it to not struggle with wind. It's it's not intended for use against the wind. Yeah, so Julian did a couple of nice footage. I'll drop probably something if the length allows. It was already too long of an introduction. It wasn't super busy. We had a couple of bookings in the morning. We enjoyed it until probably about 2:30 p.m. So we wrapped up and quickly went back home. Julian stayed there and ate dinner while we headed straight to Bundoran, to Humble, because they had a new special. We wanted Julian to come with us, but he preferred to eat something at home, do it himself, and use that time to play some console. So, whatever his preference was, we agreed to that this time. And we went to Bundoran, to Humble restaurant and wine bar, and we enjoyed the burgers there. They were okay. They weren't on the, I would say, better side of burgers, mainly because the pate in the burger was, while it was fresh and made from fresh meat, I think it was minced twice probably, and it felt a little bit too much, and also was a bit done. I used to eat different burgers, and those of you that follow me for quite a while, you know that I really appreciate the Railway Tavern burgers, and they are very juicy, nicely done. They are just minced once. They are properly charred and seared, and then they are juicy in the middle. They are not overdone. These were done really, really done. And that kind of destroyed a little bit that burger, because everything inside was okay, but again, it's not always good to have a fresh or your own stuff. Like, for example, they do their own buns or babs or whatever you call them for the burgers, and they just really disintegrate once you start biting into the burger, and it gets some moisture. That bread gets some moisture. It disintegrates. It's very messy to eat. So sometimes you need to adjust and maybe even use the off-market buns for the burger, or bake something else. Anyway, afterwards we deployed for the evening. I was expecting, we had a couple of bookings, and I was expecting it to be super busy for an hour or two, and it was busy, but not too much. We stayed here with Julian. Elizabeth stayed at home, and we ended up with great revenue, to be honest. After the last week that was really poor, and this week that we took 2 days off, we were a little bit afraid that we might not reach even levels of last week, but fortunately we crossed that already by far, and we might be heading to one of the average weeks, so not that bad. All right, guys, that's really it for now. Expect some footage from drone in near future, because I really like this guy, and I can't wait to buy Avatar and get proper FPV goggles and learn and train a little bit more to get manual skills to operate these fellas. But it looks like for now it's obviously a hype, because I like it, but I hope it lasts for long, because I see a lot of potential in those devices. Thank you very much for tuning in. I always appreciate your time. It's great. If you have any feedback, let me know in the comments, or just reach out directly on social media. Have a great rest of the
day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are on the globe at the moment. Stay tuned and see you again tomorrow.